Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the most iconic names in football history. Over his career, he's become a symbol of excellence, power, and consistency. But there's a specific window in his career where he didn't just play football, he dominated it. That was his prime. Stretching roughly from 2007 to 2018, this period saw Ronaldo transition from a promising winger into a goal-scoring machine, a physical anomaly and a nightmare for defenders around the world. So how dangerous was Prime Cristiano Ronaldo? Really? Let's break it down point by point, because this isn't just about stats, it's about the totality of fear, awe, and damage he inflicted on the game. The evolution of a monster. Ronaldo didn't emerge as the complete player from day one. He started as a flashy winger at Sporting CP and later Manchester United, dazzling fans with stepovers and raw pace. But it was during his time at Manchester United, particularly from 2006 to 2009, that his transformation began. In the 2007-08 season, he exploded, scoring 42 goals in all competitions. At just 23 years old, he led United to both the Premier League title and the UEFA Champions League trophy. This was the first glimpse of the goal-hungry predator he would become. When he moved to Real Madrid in 2009, he took that evolution to an entirely different level. At Madrid, under the pressure of a then world record transfer fee, Ronaldo reinvented himself. He turned into a cold, calculated, and ruthless goal-scoring machine. The transformation was complete, from wide-eyed talent to the most dangerous attacker in world football. A physical freak, the athlete in boots. One of the most terrifying aspects of Prime Ronaldo was his physique. Standing 6'2" with the build of a sprinter and the explosiveness of an MMA fighter, he was built differently. His speed, strength, and jumping ability gave him an edge that few players in history could match. Ronaldo recorded a top speed of 33.6 km/h, rivaling elite sprinters. His vertical leap, measured around 78 centimeters, allowed him to score headed goals as if he was playing basketball. In fact, his header against Sampdoria in 2019 had him hanging in the air for 1.5 seconds, reaching a height of 2.56 meters, that's NBA level. Whether it was bulldozing through defenders, burning them with pace on the counterattack, or towering over them in the box, Ronaldo was a physical mismatch in almost every scenario. That's what made him so dangerous. He didn't just beat you with skill, he overwhelmed you physically. The mentality of a killer. If Ronaldo's body was a weapon, his mind was the trigger. His mentality is what truly set him apart. No player in modern football matched his obsession with improvement, preparation, and winning. Stories from teammates and coaches consistently highlight Ronaldo's insane work ethic. He trained harder than anyone else, watched what he ate with precision, and even took naps at calculated intervals to optimize recovery. His desire to be the best wasn't casual, it was pathological. He didn't just want to win, he needed to. That mentality translated on the pitch, whether it was chasing down lost balls in the 90th minute or stepping up to take crucial penalties in high-pressure moments. Ronaldo was always switched on. His drive made him unstoppable, even when others had given up. The big game destroyer. A key trait of Prime Ronaldo was his ability to perform when it mattered most. He wasn't just a stat patter, in fact, he was one of the most clutch players in history. Nowhere was this more evident than in the UEFA Champions League, football's biggest stage. Between 2013 and 2018, Ronaldo led Real Madrid to 4 Champions League titles in 5 years. He became the competition's all-time leading scorer with over 140 goals, including an astonishing 67 goals in knockout rounds alone. In the 2013-14 campaign, he scored 17 goals, the most in a single Champions League season. He routinely dismantled top-tier defenses, Bayern Munich, PSG, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, you name them. He scored against them. His bicycle kick against Juventus in 2018 was so outrageous that the opposing fans in Turin stood and applauded. That wasn't just a moment of brilliance, it was a symbol of how, in his prime, Ronaldo could silence any crowd, dominate any game, and rise to every occasion. Versatility, the evolution of a predator. Another reason Ronaldo was so dangerous in his prime was his versatility. He didn't just stick to one role or one position. He adapted, and in doing so, he extended his prime across different tactical systems and managers. Early in his career, he played as a wide right winger, taking on defenders one-on-one. As he matured, he moved to the left, using his pace and shooting ability to cut inside and attack the goal. Eventually, by the mid-2010s, he evolved into a central striker, the ultimate poacher with the movement of a fox in the box. This transformation allowed him to age gracefully, while maintaining world-class output. He didn't need to beat 5 defenders anymore. He just needed one moment. His ability to adapt his game, focus on positioning, timing, and finishing made him arguably more dangerous, with fewer touches than he had when he was younger. The Messi rivalry. Steel sharpens steel. It's impossible to talk about Prime Ronaldo without mentioning Lionel Messi. Their rivalry is the greatest in football history, and it pushed Ronaldo to levels even he might not have otherwise reached. While Messi brought magic and playmaking brilliance, Ronaldo responded with physical dominance, goals, and trophies. Between 2009 and 2018, they shared 9 Ballon d'Ors, 5 for Messi, 4 for Ronaldo in that span, constantly pushing each other to do more. In this period, Ronaldo led Real Madrid to more European success, while Messi often had the edge in domestic competitions. The rivalry made every El Clasico a global event, and it forced Ronaldo to refine his game constantly to keep pace. Instead of crumbling under the pressure of comparison, he embraced it and thrived. That mental edge added to his already terrifying skill set. International leadership, from criticized to crowned. Ronaldo's international career is another part of his prime that silenced critics. For years, people claimed he hadn't delivered for Portugal like he had for his clubs. That narrative changed in Euro 2016. He led Portugal to their first ever major international trophy, though he left the final due to injury. His leadership from the sidelines, emotionally invested and instructing players, showed a new layer of his influence. In 2019, he added the UEFA Nations League to his collection. Even at international tournaments, he performed consistently, winning the Golden Boot at Euro 2020 with 5 goals in 4 games. He also became the all-time top scorer in international men's football, passing legends like Ali Daei. By the end of his prime years, Ronaldo wasn't just a club legend, he was a national hero, arguably the greatest Portuguese footballer of all time. Influence beyond the pitch. Prime Ronaldo didn't just dominate on the field, he changed the culture of football. His dedication to fitness, recovery, and professionalism influenced a generation of players. Young athletes began to copy his gym routines, his attention to diet, and even his mindset. He turned the modern footballer into a complete athlete, someone who trains like a sprinter, eats like a monk, and thinks like a soldier. He inspired a wave of professionalism that shaped the next wave of stars. Commercially, he was a monster. The CR7 brand became global, from football boots to fragrances. But all of that was earned through his work ethic. Off the pitch, Ronaldo showed that with focus and discipline, footballers could create long-lasting legacies far beyond their playing years. Prime Ronaldo's legacy. In the end, Cristiano Ronaldo's prime wasn't just about numbers. It was about presence, the fear he struck into opponents, the pressure he put on defenses, and the expectation he carried every time he stepped onto the pitch. All of it combined into something rare, something historic. He was fast, strong, smart, driven, and consistent. But most of all, he was relentless. There was never a time to relax when Ronaldo was on the field. One lapse in focus, one misstep, and he'd punish you. His prime years produced a player who wasn't just effective, he was inevitable. So, how dangerous was prime Cristiano Ronaldo? Let's put it this way. He made scoring look easy. He made defenders look slow. He made goalkeepers look helpless. And he made winning look normal. Few players in football history have reached his level of dominance, and almost none have done it for so long, with such adaptability and hunger. Prime Ronaldo wasn't just a footballer, he was a phenomenon, a perfectly engineered storm of skill, willpower, and purpose. In the history of the beautiful game, there will be many stars, but there will never be another prime Cristiano Ronaldo.